Good morning. It's Sean Boss here from Performance Lexus Toyota. I was talking to Taylor yesterday in regards to your trade-in. So we're trying things a little bit different here at Performance in the light of social distancing and the convenience of not coming into any places for exposure purposes. So we're talking about your trade, and what I want to do with you Zeena, is do a virtual trade appraisal. So I'm just going to show you some of the metrics that I'm working with when looking at your Highlander to give out a number sight unseen to work possibly a new car deal. I know you had some questions in regards to that, as well as the possibility of buying it out. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to walk you through my process of appraising via my screen. So I'm going to flip my screen over and show you what I'm looking at in terms of where I'm coming up with numbers. Okay, so just bear with me for a second. I'm just going to switch screens over to my V-Auto system, which I use. So you should see it right about now. Let it work there for a second. Okay, so now you should be able to see my what's called my provision or V-Auto screen. So I grabbed the information from Taylor, looking at your VIN number. I inputted it there, your kilometers, approximately the year of the car. It's an XLE, toasted brown or toasted walnut on beige is the color combination. So when I originally was talking with Taylor, I was thinking roughly around $25,000 as you trade in, but I dug a little deeper, trying to create a little bit more value there. It's hard for us because we haven't seen it. We don't know if there's any physical blemishes or how the tires are, but I'm just assuming that everything is in good condition. So taking that in consideration, looking at the metrics, so you can see here, I'm able to separate the trim line. So I know it's not an LE, I know it's not a limited, so I stuck it off the XLE package. I know it's an all-wheel drive and it's a 6-cylinder, so that will help me break it down. This part here, it's called a competitive set or competitive criteria. It basically looks at all the 2017 Highlanders that are out there in market, the average kilometers that are on the vehicle, as well as the average price. So what it's telling me right now, there's about 21 Highlander XLEs in my area within 150 kilometers that have an average kilometers of 74,000, as well as an average retail price of 34. So I'm sure you know there's a difference between retail and wholesale. Of course, being a business, we want to buy things wholesale, invest some money into it, and then get a return on that investment via selling the vehicle. So taking that in consideration, your vehicle has over 100,000 K on it. So it's not going to be priced or retailed at that price because the kilometers are a little different. So when I open this screen up, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. I'll try to make it a little bigger for you. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I can. Oh, wrong button. All right, so right here, this gives me an average of all the cars, or it shows me all of the exact cars that are out there. So if I were to look at a comparable model with about 104K, it's retailing for about $29,995. So that's, I'm not solely basing my number off that vehicle because I don't know the condition of that vehicle or if there's any previous accidents or anything on it. So it gives me like a ballpark on what a retail number would be. So looking at that, I know I'd have to probably invest something into it for safety, servicing. It might need something to pass safety. I don't know unless I get it up on the air on the hoist and get a technician to look at it. But looking at that, I've set aside about $2,300 in reconditioning costs. We'd probably make it a Toyota certified pre-owned, so there's money involved in that to make it a certified pre-owned, so that's why I've set aside $950 there. And then of course at minimum I want to make about $1,800 on profit. So that number based on all the comparables out there, I know we originally talked around 25,000. I talked to my pre-owned manager and I was able to push him a little bit more, assuming that the car is in phenomenal condition, to 25,500. So I know your buyout is less than that, so I've just increased your equity by another $500. So Taylor has a little bit more to work with looking at a new Highlander. So I hope this was helpful. Again, Taylor's probably going to send this out on my behalf. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Taylor, or you can contact me directly. I'd be more than happy to walk you through the process. And if things look good, I would love to see you here at the dealership, and so I can get my my eyes on your vehicle and take a closer look on it. So again, thanks again for taking the time to look at this video. Again, any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Okay? Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.